wrist. Well, we're still out here on the little deck, but we've completely transformed it into a beach party.
Come on.
I'm here with Orly. Well done, well done. And she's a DIY that's going to make us want to spend all day at the beach with our toes in the sand, because sometimes being on the beach and trying to get that pillow, trying to get that neck just right, and it doesn't work very well.
Cameron, every time I smush it up, I take all the time, I create a pillow,
Yes.
and then I lay down.
You lay
and
down.
all is lost.
But for the first couple seconds, it's
Yeah.
great, and then all of a sudden the sand settles, and then you're like,
Yeah.
oh, like this in the pillow.
You feel cool, and then not so much.
Until now.
We're making a smushy pillow. So take a look at this, and can we discuss my skirt and my pillow?
You see?
Can we see that I use the leftover fabric to make a skirt?
Or
no big
you
deal.
don't mess around. I'm
So
impressed.
it's really fun because you can use pops of color to kind of play off of the towel that you have to make it even more of a fun statement. But this is a really great way to use old fabric, scraps of fabric, because you only need like half a yard. If that.
See?
Yeah, it's great.
Fantastic. Okay, I know you got started on the pillow a little bit earlier,
I
right?
did,
You're gonna
yeah.
show everybody how to do it. Let's take a look.
That's right. So here's my towel. The first thing you want to do is measure how wide you want your pillow. When I looked at it, about 24 inches felt right to me. And then again, you look at the length. There it was about 14 inches. This is really just eyeballing it. It's up to your discretion on how big you want the pillow. First measurement there I did on my fabric was my 14-inch length. And because my fabric is folded in half, the second measurement was 12 inches because when I open it up, that will then give me my 24-inch opening. I'm just pressing it out because it had a couple of wrinkles. And this next part is really important just to make sure that everything looks really clean finished. So take your iron and fold back your edges of your fabric, basically just creating like an ironed, clean finish hem. Now, when I lay everything down, I double check to make sure that it's even on all tops and sides so that my pillow will be straight, centered, and perfectly level, and then pin it into place. The bottom, you want to leave an opening just big enough that your hand can get in there because we're going to stuff it just like a regular pillow. You want to sew as much closed as possible while still leaving enough open that you can actually get your hand in there. So now I'm just stitching everything down with whatever seam allowance you want to do. You can do a fun zigzag stitch or a decorative stitch, as long as it's on there nice and flat with an opening. Now I'm using my polyfill to just stuff the pillow as much as you can. Pull it tight in order to lay it flat and pin it in place, and now I'm just stitching it closed. You can stitch it closed with a needle and thread too if you want, like if when you get in there and you start sewing it, it's a little bit difficult. You could totally do that with your needle and thread. What's that face?
It's just so good. Like, it's so good. This is such a perfect DIY for me. I'm in love with this.
I know, it's really cozy.
And I know you're not done yet.
No, and you could be done. The cool part is you could just have a pool or a beach towel with a cozy pillow and a pop of color and call it a day. But I did not want to call it a day, sir.
Of course you didn't, because you're Orly Shani.
I wanted to add some straps.
Okay.
So take a look at this. The next thing you do is take that fabric, a matching fabric. Whenever you're creating straps, you need to make it twice as big as you actually want it because you're going to sew it in half. Again, I'm cutting it when it's on the fold, so my fabric opens up longer there. This is what you do. You just fold it in half lengthwise and a simple straight stitch all the way down. Now, put a safety pin on the end, feed that safety pin inside of your strap and kind of like scrunchie it onto the safety pin, and it flips the entire thing inside out.
What?
This is about as technical as you need to be. See, the whole thing just flips inside out.
Oh my goodness.
It's really fun. And now press it so that it looks like a nice clean strap and it's not all bulky. Now here you can see I'm just folding back my edge again so I have a nice clean finish seam, and I'm pinning it on the back side of the bottom of my towel. Pin it in place, simple straight stitch back and forth, one on the bottom, one on the top, and you've got your straps on the bottom attached. Now when you actually cut your straps, you're going to make a second one.
Okay.
Because you need that in order to make this into an actual bag.
I got it.
So you can see that it's attached, you can see everything is on, it's nice and clean finished, and this is the fun part, Cameron Matheson. All right, so we're going to take it like this.
Yeah.
And fold.
And this is where having a reversible towel comes into play nicely, right? Because
yes. If you can get a reversible towel, I recommend it because you're going to need to fold it up inside out so that your last strap is on the bottom. You don't want that strap to be here. You want it on the back side of the towel.
Sure.
So if you can fold it up that way, then even better. So here, I'm actually going to do it just a little bit looser than that.
Okay.
Hold on.
Stand
Gonna
by.
go like this. There we go.
Okay.
So you want to lay it so that it's like this. It comes even on top.
Yeah, got
now, once you know exactly where you need to be on the back side of your towel, take that next strap.
Okay.
Again, take it and fold it so it's clean. Find your line here.
Okay.
You would pin this into place on both sides and then unravel it and sew it into place.
Got it.
And now you know that they're perfectly lined up, but right now, even if you pick this up, it's held into place.
Oh my goodness.
stop it.
So good.
So good.
Now, what about the little secret storage pocket I see over there?
Yes.
Well, maybe not so secret. But...
Not so secret. So the last thing that you can do is, again, on the back side of your towel, take a piece of that fabric that you have and cut a piece, again, as big of a pocket as you would want.
Okay.
Maybe like a 10 by 8 pocket. Cut it, do the same exact thing, press your edges, and now when you come here, you can see what I did is I just sewed down the side, across the bottom, and up on the top, and then I did one stitch down the side, down the center to create an individual pocket. So it would be hidden on the back side when you get to the beach, you take your things out, you unravel it, and then Cameron, you have this bad boy, which is just comfort and style and fabulous.
It's just so good. It's so good. I mean, I don't even know what to tell you. It's made for me, other than the sewing detail, which I got to figure out, but I'm learning in that department. Everybody, HallmarkChannel.com for full instructions. Let me tell you right now, this guy is comfortable. You can also go to DIYdesigner.com as well.